Greetings, LPS community. This is Superintendent Andrea Oquist. I trust that you are all doing well and ready to wrap up this very unusual school year. It certainly has been a year like no other, but I am so proud of the efforts of our students, staff, and our families during this challenging time. As we close this chapter, I'd like to take a few moments to offer a glimpse into the work that is underway in preparation for a safe return to learn in the fall. Because we know that many voices, insights, and experiences are needed for this work, the district has established a Return to Learn task force comprised of more than 200 LPS stakeholders who are already hard at work on plans for a safe, effective, and successful return to school in the fall. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the structure for this important work, share some details of the topics we'll be covering, and also a timeline for presenting recommendations to our Board of Education. Leading this work is our LPS Return to Learn Task Force Steering Committee, which includes 20 individuals who represent the voice of each employee group, our LPS parents, and our district leadership. From there, we have our task force subgroups, which further expand that representation from each of our stakeholder groups, those being the Board of Education, each of our 6 employee groups, a great cross-section of parents, staff members from each of our departments and programs, including representation from all of our schools across the district, union leadership, members of our administrative leadership team, and our full cabinet, leading and contributing to this work. As we move forward, we will also be sure to consult and advise as appropriate with our municipal and community partners. The purpose of the task force subgroup is to research, develop, and provide recommendations to the task force steering committee for a range of potential school reentry scenarios in order to safely, effectively, and successfully meet the needs of our students and staff. So how do we frame this work and where do we begin with so many unknowns? Following the guidance of our state and county leaders, we are approaching this work by focusing on 3 possible return to learn scenarios. Those are in-person learning for all, a blend of in-person and remote learning, or remote learning for all. It is important to note that we anticipate school districts will be given clear guidance from the state of Michigan as to which structure we will begin implementing for the fall based on the current conditions at that time. In the meantime, we're digging in and preparing for any of these 3 scenarios, in addition to any necessary school closures that may come as the result of confirmed COVID-19 case outbreaks within our schools. So how do we tackle all aspects of a school day within these 3 potential scenarios? We've structured our task force subgroups into 5 main areas, each addressing multiple topics. We have our first subgroup that's studying all aspects of academics with 4 separate teams: elementary, secondary, remote learning, and instructional electives. They'll be addressing items such as teaching and learning expectations, the delivery of instruction, learning platforms, professional development, and much more. Then we have our business office, human resources, and support services subgroup. They'll be focused on topics such as staffing and enrollment, food service, transportation, instructional technology, and collective bargaining agreement implications. Next, we have the co-curricular and after-school activities subgroup. They'll be taking a look at topics such as how we will run our athletic programs, theater and music performances, before and after school childcare, and additional extracurricular activities and PTA events, determining what they might look like under each scenario. Then we have the health, safety, and general operations subgroup, which is delving into those safe workplace and learning environment protocols, thinking about social distancing and cleaning protocols and how those might look throughout the school day, including during high traffic times such as lunch, recess, and passing times. This group is also examining ways we can support students and staff who may need some additional social emotional support as we transition into the new school year. Health protocols and district communications are also on the list for this group. Our final subgroup is working on all aspects of our special education program delivery within each of the three scenarios. This important work is addressing individualized education plans, or IEPs, instruction and evaluation, cross-district programming, transportation, and social emotional needs of students and staff. So as you can see, each group has quite a bit of work cut out for it, but we want you to know that we're confident in our ability to carefully weigh all aspects to ensure a safe, effective, and successful return to school in the fall. I should also note that each of these subgroups has smaller breakout teams that are focusing deeper on each topic. We know that this is a lot of work to accomplish within a short period of time. So we've established a timeline, and our teams are committed to work throughout the summer weeks to formulate their recommendations under each possible scenario. With the first day of school still just under 3 months away, we have time to be sure and get it right. The structure for this work began in May, and the task force subgroups began meeting this past couple of weeks. They will continue to meet throughout the month of June, meeting 2 to 3 times per week to research, develop, and prepare those preliminary recommendations. The steering committee is meeting regularly throughout the summer and is also studying and monitoring state, county, and national workgroup efforts, MDHHS guidelines, and we will be updating district communications via a special dashboard on the LPS website. Additionally, our subgroups will collect feedback via focus groups and surveys from students, parents, and staff. The steering committee will review subgroup recommendations in early to mid-July and offer feedback. The subgroups will reconvene, finalize their recommendations based on the feedback from the steering committee, focus groups, and surveys. We plan to have recommendations to the Board of Education between July 27th and August 3rd. Once the Board of Education provides their input on the recommendations, the district will communicate those plans to our LPS community. I've covered quite a bit during this presentation, so we do plan to have that special dashboard on the front of the LPS website that is dedicated to ongoing updates on this important work. This way, our parents, staff, and community members can check on our progress and keep up to date as we move through the summer months. I'd like to thank you for spending a few moments with us today, and as we look forward to painting a clearer picture of what next school year will bring for our students, our families, and our staff. We promise to do this work to the very best of our ability in a thoughtful and deliberate way. We know that families and staff will be anxious for answers, and we ask for your patience as we work hard to get this right. This is not a process to be rushed, but rather an opportunity to collectively create the very best possible return to school plan that we can. We value your partnership in this endeavor, and we look forward to providing updates as regularly as possible. In the meantime, happy last day of school and enjoy this summertime with your families, friends, and loved ones. We appreciate everything our LPS staff has done on behalf of our students and thank all of our families for your continued partnership. We are grateful for you all. Thank you.